walking past that looked like she was a working girl. No, she was. It was weird because she was wearing so much red leather that at one second I thought, okay, yeah, she's a working girl, but then the next second I'm like, I think she could possibly be a cyborg searching for someone. She's from the future.
Like she just woke up in the middle of the street. She just showed up there.
I don't know where she came from, but she was so obviously like the quintessential stereotypical prostitute look. It was so ridiculous.
Maybe she wasn't a prostitute. Maybe she was just a young person.
I don't know. There was a lot of red leather happening with some fishnet thigh high.
I know, but I feel like I might have dressed like that as a young person with some fishnet thigh highs and some red jacket.
Are you a cyborg? Are you on a mission? Are you a seek and destroy mission?
No, I might be an alien of some sort, but that has more to do with like ancient visitors.
You sought and destroyed hearts.
Oh, a Galactus, destroyer of worlds.
Oh, that's it. Oh. Hello, last video. Oh, let me get the. Hello. Last video store on the left. No, well, we're closing early tonight. Yeah. There's a concert. Jorts and a date rape mustache. Yeah. Well, they're from Portland. All right, thanks for calling.
I love that band.
They're great. They're a great band.
They are. What if you don't look good in jorts?
I guess you're screwed. Most people probably don't look good in jorts. Even people that think that they look good in jorts don't look good in jorts.
I don't know, if you have shapely legs, if you got some shapely calf to like knee to thigh ratio.
If you're doing that, you're not wearing jorts.
Yeah.
If you're doing what?
Those things are going.
If you look like that. Like if you have shapely legs, you're not wearing jorts.
There's some people that might wear jorts that have shapely legs. They just don't have, like, taste. They could still have shapely legs.
You know who has nice shapely legs? And the rest of them's hideous?
Cyborgs.
Danny DeVito. He's got some gams on him.
Oh, my God. So weird. That's just so weird.
I have to check Danny DeVito out. Hey, here's my favorite people.
Oh, hey, Mayor.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
I'm alright. I was just hanging out, waiting for you guys to get in. I got a special drink for you today, if you want it.
Paper bag drinks, we always
you
love
guys
them.
seem to like my drink, so I'm gonna give you this one. It's a freebie. It's called Black Hawk. Black Hawk.
All right.
It's delicious.
What's in this?
Bartender down the street made it for me. It's got bourbon and it's got slow gin. Like I think it's an ounce of each, and some maraschino cherries.
Strong, Mayor.
Yeah, I like them strong. You know how I do it.
I do. Unfortunately, so does the janitor.
Oh God. The cherry, I might need to go brush my teeth in the restroom.
It tastes a little bit like cold syrup, so maybe it'll cure whatever.
I haven't been sick in like 10 years, so.
Well, drinking something that tastes like this, I can see why not.
All right, you guys, go to the restroom. We'll see you later.
Mayor, can you grab the AC on your way back?
Oh, get the AC. We keep it cold.
Yeah,
keep it cold.
Those videotapes and the humidity. Gotta keep it nice and cool. So anywho.
That's a tasty little beverage that man has.
Do you think it's a tasty beverage? It tastes like cough syrup.
Okay, a little bit. It's all right.
Is it? I mean, I like some cherry stuff. I like cherry stuff. I feel like cherry and peppermint flavor people get wrong all the time. I feel like they can't find the right peppermint flavor.
Or the right cherry balance.
Or the right cherry flavor.
Yeah.
It always tastes artificial in both instances, right? We had cookies at Christmas, and they were like little chocolate cake kind of cookies, and they were coated in this green icing. They were supposed to be chocolate peppermint cookies, chocolate mint cookies. It literally tasted like toothpaste.
Oh yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was flat out toothpaste.
Like it was the wrong
They were
mint.
toothpaste cookies.
It was the wrong mint to be put on cookies.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like who tasted that and was like,
no,
that's the one?
They were Colgate cookies.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Rough.
Thin Mints, they got it wrong.
You think?
They need the Colgate flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Thin Mints be damned. I don't even like those Thin Mints. Yeah, I don't. Oh, hey, hi.
Hey! Wow!
Welcome to the last video store on the left.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had video stores anymore.
Surprise!
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow, guys, this is a nice store.
Thank you.
How long have you been open?
Oh, I don't know, for a while.
It's been a long time.
Has it?
86.
1986.
Well,
There you go.
I mean, I don't even have a VHS player, but I'll go dig around in my grandma's attic.
Sweet.
Well,
Love it.
are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, yeah. I mean, I just moved down from Connecticut, and I'm staying with my old folks, and I'm just trying to get my feet back on the ground, and I'm feeling a little depressed lately, so I just want to pick me up. I want something that'll help me get through, the hard times. The days are long these days. I'm just trying to get through a divorce and everything. And,
Yeah. Wow, that's dark.
It's so maybe instead of a tragedy, we could do something like a comedy.
Well, what's your name?
I'm Lorna.
Lorna.
Yeah.
Lorna, welcome.
Hi, what's your name?
Oh,
Cletus and Fremelda.
You guys are fucking with me.
No,
Really though.
it's
what
on
is
my
your
birth
name?
certificate.
What's your name again? Lorna.
Lorna,
like the cookie. Lorna Doone.
Oh well,
right?
I'm not exactly as sweet as a cookie, but yes, that's my name.
Oh, you should always say you are as sweet as a cookie.
Oh girl, I've hit rock bottom. I don't know. I'm in a video store right now. If that tells you something.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I have a really good idea.
Lay it on me.
It's about someone coming back from the brink. Okay? It's an uplifting, feel good 80s, like only the way the 80s could do it.
Oh my
kind
gosh.
Of movie.
Yeah.
1987.
87, good year.
Yep. Big name.
Biggest.
Big names
The biggest.
name.
in the 80s.
The biggest name in 1987. Sly Stallone.
Sly.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Everyone loves Sly Stallone.
Everybody
right?
loves Sly.
I'm talking about the movie Over the Top.
Oh, it is over the top.
Have you ever heard of this movie, Laura?
I've heard of the movie. I've never seen it.
Oh, you're in store for something that will take your mind off of literally everything in this world.
Oh God,
That is
I need
true.
it. I need that.
And you are going to want to stop and just like yell at it every once in a while.
Yeah. And you're going to want to pause and probably walk away from it a couple times.
Yeah, go make yourself
But just come
pizza.
back.
Is this movie a metaphor for my marriage? Because I literally have paused
Probably.
and walked away so many times. And I yelled at the man so many times.
This has a really happy ending, though.
Oh.
This
Okay.
is a really happy ending.
Okay.
Even though,
80s movie.
yeah, all the
Yeah.
80s movies have that happy ending. So it's about arm wrestling.
Wow, you needed to build up to it a little bit. Now she's going to run out of the store.
Oh, I'm
Wrestling.
sorry.
Is it about arm wrestling?
Or is it
though?
about truck driving? Or is it about love? Paternal love. Sorry.
Those are trick questions. It's about all those things.
All those things.
All of the above.
Let's see. Do the math for me. How old was Stallone in this movie?
He was a sexy. He was like
He's
a.
old enough.
He was a sexy. I would say like 40-year-old.
Okay.
Was he?
Okay.
He may have been
I
in his
like
30s.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
Possibly.
was still in his 30s. Absolutely.
Maybe.
Everybody just looked old in the 80s.
No, all right. He might have been 39.
It's a good
And
crew
you
going
forget
on.
that he was once a handsome man.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not
was
forgotten.
okay
Sly, are you
I'm gonna say from 85 to like 90, this guy was really good looking. Like Cobra, that was a terrible movie, but he was good looking in that movie.
He was the best looking.
Yeah, in that movie. And Rocky 4. And Rocky 4.
In this movie in the late 80s like that, the men still wore these like 16-inch zipper pants.
Yeah, like there were paper boys on the streets of New York in the 40s.
And so he
Get your
had
paper here. Get step right up.
Yeah, he'd pull those pants up real high.
Yeah,
my
he had his little fupa going, even though he has no. He has no.
Do
fupa.
men have fupas?
No, but it
really?
gave him
Not
this,
in this
like-
movie.
It gave him a
Fat
camel.
up for penis area?
Yeah, that's
it
it.
gave him
That's
a,
it.
gave him a
That's a thing.
camel toe. It gave him a. Isn't there a boy name for that? Not a camel
It gave
toe.
him a I don't know. It gave him a spud missile. I don't know.
Something
No.
knuckle. It's
It is,
something
it's
knuckle.
Moose Knuckle.
Moose knuckle.
Moose Knuckle is the one.
I like you people. I feel like we've been friends forever.
I know, it's nice to meet you,
Oh my
Lorna.
God, I didn't
So-
know there was anybody interesting in this city. This is a great place.
Thanks,
Really.
thanks. Yeah, this movie is really going to brighten your day.
Okay.
Because Sly has to overcome the adversity of the rich upper class.
Something.
AKA his
The,
father-in-law.
the adversity of something. Of something. We're not quite sure.
But while he does it in this like old beat up truck that somebody still paid him $70,000 for in 1987.
7,000.
But still,
okay.
still.
Yeah,
it's
that was
like,
a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$7,000 for that hunk of junk.
I know. And this kid is in the movie that you might recognize was in a bunch of stuff in the 80s. He was a cute little kid.
Flight of the Navigator.
I don't
He
think
was-
so.
It wasn't that kid.
It was. I
No?
thought we thought it was that
We
kid.
thought
It's
it was
not
that
that
kid.
The
kid.
doppelganger.
It
He's-
is- yeah.
Would we just see him in again? We just
He
watched.
was in General Hospital from like 1981
For a long time.
to 80 something.
He was in a Roger Corman space movie.
Yes.
And in both movies, he's the most annoying human being alive.
What about this movie, Over the Top?
Both,
He's still
yes.
this
annoying.
movie also.
He's actually,
Oh my.
Has
you know, I will
moments.
say he's not terrible, but there's moments where he's terrible. It's funny. You get both sides of this guy. Because one moment you're like, this kid is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And then another moment you're like, well, for a kid, he's doing all right.
He understands it. Like some kid actors are just out there like little robot children.
I mean,
Seem to understand.
maybe it was the script. Maybe it was the pressure of working with Sly Stallone. I don't know. I don't know. But you know, when you watch it, you're definitely gonna appreciate every other film you've ever seen in your life because there's a lot happening, and a lot of it is cliche
The
and
music's
stereotype.
terrible. The
Oh.
music's not great. So
Well, most
Well-
80s music.
Well, with the exception
mean-
of the key song, was actually not too bad.
Did they play, what, 4 times?
At
What's the
least.
key song? What does it sound like?
80s. It
Yeah.
sounds like every 80s.
It
synth
sounds like
movie.
so. Those are reasons.
Synthesizer.
So let me just
kinda?
no. It's the opposite. It's the power ballad kind of Chicago-esque kind of songs.
It's the best Kenny Loggins song that Kenny Loggins didn't sing.
Right.
Got it.
There you go.
Mid-80s Kenny Loggins.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
And
So
what was it
over
called?
the-
What was it called? I can't remember what it was
So
called.
over the top
Halfway.
is halfway something. Good job, Johnny.
Alright.
So yeah, the story goes.
As far as the kid being annoying and Sylvester Stallone being the dad,
Yeah,
explain that.
I know that's where I was going.
Okay.
Thanks for asking me the obvious questions, Shannon. Do you have something to sweep up? I'm just
Wow,
kidding.
wow.
I'm just kidding. I mean, please. So Lorna, I was going to say, over the top, obviously referring to, the arm wrestling move, over the top. Stallone arrives at his kid's military school graduation and has a letter from the kid's mom that he's allowed to take him back across the country, drive him for 2 days from like Nevada or Colorado to California in his banged up old truck. And this kid does not know Stallone from anyone. Like, he's never met him.
So he has an estranged father.
Yeah.
And he comes to pick
Of
him up
sorts.
at military
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, and the school
Okay.
like lets him go with this guy, right? Like that, like 80s. Like this movie's
Yeah.
full of 80s things that would never ever happen at all today.
No,
for any
never.
reason. Like
Because, like, in the 80s, you could literally walk into an elementary school or out of an elementary school or middle school or high school, and there was no one stopping you. You just go in and out like you're
Those
going
were the
to
days, weren't they?
grocery store. Yeah.
There-
Freedom.
there's a lot of like that 80s feel good, weird. Also not feel good, but like freedom, like strange, dangerous freedom that we don't have anymore.
Yeah.
Like the kid tries to escape out of the truck at one point too, because
Oh
he's
my
like, I don't fucking know you.
Yeah, you're not my dad.
And he takes
Can you
off-
stop?
He takes off across basically I-95.
A freeway, yeah.
Like
Running. Okay.
across like 6 lanes of traffic, and Stallone runs after him and like tackles him to the ground.
Yeah,
in the
it's kind of,
median
it's
and
a little
shit.
violent. I'm like watching it like, oh my God, he's like he throws the kid down. I'm like, and if that was today, like 8 cars would have stopped and
Oh,
like pulled
yeah.
guns on Stallone. Like, let him go, you
Recording the
freak.
whole thing.
Right.
Like it would have been a total scene.
Yeah, he would have
right?
been in jail that night.
Nobody even honked.
Right. Everyone just minds their business. There's a dispute on the side of the road with a dad and his kid.
Oh my god.
And that happens again at a certain point in the film when, the evil granddad who hates Stallone the kid goes back with the granddad, and Stallone gets all pissed off because the granddad's like super rich apparently. So he goes up to the gate of this mansion and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to get my kid." He's like, "Oh, you can't you get out of here, you lowlife." So he backs the truck up this massive driveway and he sits there for a second, and you know what's coming. I mean, he's in a semi, for God's sake. And of course, what you think's going to happen?
Can we wait till we get there?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that's like way down the line.
It is,
unfortunately,
but it's
we totally
fantastic.
jumped the
It's
gun on that
fantastically
one.
awful.
I want to know everything about this movie, so you
Well-
can just.
So
give
I'm
me
just
the
saying, I'm just going off of
synopsis.
speaking of how many times would you have been in jail
So
in this
is
movie?
the most horrible thing, though, right? So the kid's mom basically did this because she knew she was having health problems.
She
and
was
in the
having
hospital.
surgery, quote unquote, but we all know she's dying. We all know she ain't gonna make it.
So she sends him off with the dad so the kid would get to know him, basically. Right? And so the kid bonds with him and learns how to drive the semi.
In the worst way.
He hustles. So
Ugh.
Stallone hustles.
I don't think he hustled. I think the other guy was trying to just,
Well, whatever. The kid accuses him of hustling.
which is dumb. He's not a hustler. He was minding his own business.
That was an amazing scene. They're at a diner, Mid-America diner, eating ham and eggs like ham and eggers do. And out of nowhere, this guy goes, "Are you Hawk?" And he like slams the table.
Is Hawk Sly?
Yes.
Sylvester
it's his
Stallone's
last name.
character.
name's
His
Hawk.
last
Hawk.
name.
Of course it's Hawk.
Yeah, his first name's Lincoln.
Are you Hawk?
And he's like, "I heard you blah, blah, blah." And so he's challenging him to an arm wrestling contest. And Sly's like, "I'm with my son. I don't want to do this." But the guy kept pushing, so Hawk had to act.
And he went into the back room where there's already a like regulation.
200 people
Yeah.
lined up, ready
But
to go.
the kid, I think this is important. The kid asks him, "What are you doing?" He's just like, "It's time to go to work." This is how he makes his real money. I'm an arm whore. It's time to go to work.
Oh my word! So they bet on who would win
Yeah.
the arm wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you put money down, and it's
Yeah.
like a whole underground thing. But I think the funny thing about that scene is he walks in that back room, and he's got the crazy eyes like none
my
other.
God.
He went to like the Citizen Kane School of Acting for crazy eyes.
I wonder what the director said to make his face like him. His director's like, "Get crazier." in
No
your
crazier.
face.
No crazier.
Let me see those wild
I want
eyes.
make it look like it's nothing that could be possible. Like no human would do it ever. Yes, perfect.
So there's some good Stallone stuff. Oh, he co-wrote the movie.
Well, here's the thing about Stallone. Stallone likes to have a brush up on every script that he does.
In other words, he can't remember his lines, so he just says whatever he wants to in the scene, and then they change
Yeah, hey,
the script
let's not
and
forget-
call it
hey,
writing
I'm
credit.
I'm gonna defend Stallone right now. Let's remember he wrote fucking Rocky.
Whatever, you got a one-off. So
Didn't
what?
he win an Oscar? for
He
that?
won a fucking Oscar for Rocky.
Okay, well, so Ben Affleck won an Oscar for the
Ouch.
Dum Dums in Boston movie.
Touche.
What was that called?
Touche. Okay.
You
touche.
know, Apples in Boston. What's it called?
It's called
Apples.
Back tattoo.
Yeah, one of these apples. What is he?
Yeah.
Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, that one.
Good
Thank you,
one, Hunting.
Lorna. Thank you.
So the name of the song
that
was
movie.
the name of the song was "Winner Takes All," and John Wetton, the lead singer of Asia,
Oh, wow.
That's the whole thing with Asia.
Asia.
There you go.
the producer didn't think his voice was mean enough, so they offered it to Sammy Hagar, who did "Winner Take All," was like one of the main songs.
Yeah, but that's not the song that I heard on the radio all
No,
the
there's a
time.
lot
I
of
can't
'em.
remember which one it was.
There's a lot of
but-
power ballads happening.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, there was a lot of like generic music that was like fake music that never was released.
Do you see those birds keep hitting the window?
I know.
weird.
It's
You guys really
wild.
need to maybe like put some
It's
signs up.
it's a
so that
busy
clear-
area. It's a busy area.
yeah,
Your
the
windows are really
pigeons-
clean in your defense.
We have a
but
lot
the
of foot
pigeons keep
traffic.
hitting the window. I don't like the sound. It makes me cringe.
But then there's like a real song that they paid for.
Yeah.
The producers paid for.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to get every penny's worth.
And it
we're going to
plays.
play
Yeah.
it 4 times. we're gonna do a melody of it
Yes.
when we aren't playing
Yes,
it.
during the last final scene, they're playing it
I'm
real
sure I've
slow
heard it. I'm
underneath,
sure
and I
I've
was
heard
like,
it.
"Oh my god!"
I'm sure I've heard it.
So the kid watches him win at arm wrestling on the road.
Do you guys remember that guy's name? The character's name?
The kid.
No, the
Screecher,
The
Smasher,
guy who.
I think it was Smasher.
Smasher.
the guy with the bald head who
Yeah.
shaved his head for the movie.
No.
Oh.
The one that challenged.
Oh yeah. I don't remember his name, but he was a
Okay.
crazy looking guy.
Okay.
And he actually turns up in the end as one of the main arm wrestling foes that
Is
he
that
has
the
to
guy who
beat.
ate the cigar at the end?
No. Oh, I don't know. There's a guy that eats a
No, he
cigar,
had, like, wild hair
and there's a
and
guy that
weird.
drinks Valvoline oil.
That's the
Oh
same guy.
no!
It's the same guy.
Yeah, because that's what men do.
They drink
That's
Valvoline oil.
Men prove their manliness by eating cigars and drinking Valvoline oil.
So,
People joke about the 50s being like where toxic masculinity
Oh, no.
was at its peak, but let's
No,
talk
no,
about
no.
eating cigars
Yeah,
and chugging
this movie is chock
oil.
full of toxic masculinity. It's actually glorious. It's so ridiculous that it's glorious.
and then it's also like a lot of that familial, like the family, like generational male toxicity. Like,
right.
it shows you how it's
You're
passed
not
on.
you're a winner because you're my kid and you're gonna beat that kid.
And
Believe in yourself.
yeah,
Is that your
Yeah.
Stallone impression?
I guess.
Oh, you need to do like this some more, right?
Oh, and this is one of the movies that added to his like face.
Dude, the faces he makes in this
Yeah.
movie. Lord,
It started with First Blood, but he didn't help
He's
himself.
like, I'm over the top.
He really says
No,
the
he
title
doesn't,
of the
but
film.
But
No.
I wanted to just, I wanted
That
to
would
throw
be
the title
epic.
in again, just so we didn't forget what we were talking about. Over the top.
Oh yeah, and another thing about this movie is that he is perpetually sweaty. Every dude in this movie is perpetually sweaty. It's hilarious.
Like, how did they arm wrestle? Because in some scenes, you can tell it's not just like they sprayed them with like a water
No,
bottle.
they're wet.
They're like
Glistening.
like slippery, like oily.
It's like this movie took place in South Florida in August, apparently, but it
Yeah,
didn't.
But it didn't.
Because they always got these tank tops and wife beaters,
I
and they've
really
always
thought-
got this thing of sweat
No.
coming down. It's
And they're just arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
They're just arm wrestlers. Just arm wrestlers.
This is serious.
Well,
It's
so
a serious sport, man.
obviously the mom dies. Wah, wah. It's like a Disney movie. The mom always dies.
I mean, come on, you knew it was coming from the jump. I mean, she's
Yeah.
in the hospital making phone calls. It's like, okay, well,
So he blames Stallone, and he goes off with his rich grandpappy. And
who's played by Robert Loggia. Loggia.
the house.
Robert
sold
Loggia's an
because of the
American treasure.
loggia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have dinner on the loggia.
With Robert Loggia.
Let's take tea on the loggia. Well, you don't take tea?
I don't take Loggia. Anyway, he goes off with his rich granddad, Robert Loggia, and that's when Hawk's like, I'm gonna get him back.
Wait, so the kid's name is Mike, and his mom's last name is Cutler. So he's Mike Cutler.
But
His name is Mike Hawk.
which was done on purpose by the producers of the film because they thought it was
Mike Hawk.
hilarious.
Mike
Mike
Hawk.
Mike
Oh,
Hawk.
Mike Hawk.
Oh,
Mike Hawk.
No.
Yes.
So not Mike Hunt.
No,
Not Mike Hunt.
Not Mike Hunt. No,
Mike Hawk.
Mike Hawk.
There's two ways to go with that one.
Wow. Do they say his first and last name in the film?
So they do, but it's very strange because it's at the end when Lincoln Hawk wins.
Lincoln Hawk is Sylvester Stallone, and
Right.
Mike Cutler, a.k.a. Mike Hawk, is his son.
So Lincoln Hawk wins the championship, right? And
Spoiler alert. Not that you needed that.
of course he does. Just
Come
like
on.
the mom's gonna die.
It's the 80s.
he's
It's
gonna
Sylvester
win.
Stallone. Come on.
So when he wins, someone starts chanting, Mike Hawk! Yeah, Mike Hawk! Like they say it a couple times.
Guaranteed the producer's like, hey, say this. Just
Yeah.
keep screaming.
Or it was like the
Wow.
Foley artists put it in, because there's a lot of Foley in this movie.
So there was actually a real life arm wrestling competition that happened a day earlier, and a lot of the people.
So I feel like we left this part out. So him and the kid bond on the road trip before the
I'll
mom
get back to that
dies.
later.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Wait, they bond
Put
on
a
the
pin in it.
because he's gonna go to Las Vegas and win the like World Wrestling Arm Wrestling Championship, right? And so the kid starts believing in him because he's gonna go win the wrestling championship or whatever.
Oh, and you left out the part about the letters, but that you can probably find that out on your own.
Oh, we hadn't gotten there yet because what's his nuts crams into the house.
Oh, yeah.
Stallone slams his car in the house, and then the kid finds the letters after Stallone goes
Well,
to
this
jail.
is the moment, like.
So, can we get there?
Well, we're getting there.
Oh.
So Stallone.
You guys are over the top. I don't know.
We are.
Maybe I should rent
We
something
are.
else. Maybe I should rent something else.
This is your movie. This is your movie. It's what you need.
I am distracted though.
We
I
all
am
need this in
distracted.
life to switch off our brains and watch some crazy Asia, aka Sammy Hagar, singing horrible ballads, power ballads with Sly Stallone pumping iron in a truck.
Oh God, the iron pumping. Okay, so in his crappy old truck, that he's like a semi driver, right? Most semi drivers will have a cab that they can sleep in, or at least a seat that will recline, or it's a bench so that they can sleep in the cab, right?
Yeah.
He has this like captain chair that's like he's up on the steering wheel like an old tiny lady. And
Large Marge.
the back of the seat is right up against the back of the cab. So there's no laying down.
There's no room.
There's no
Nothing.
napping. But what he does have is a weight and pulley system that goes up and down and around between the seats so he can use his arm wrestling arm and go, I'm stretching, I'm pulling weights.
It's not a bad
I'm
idea.
pulling
Why don't they
weights."
set up weights in cars?
Well, what I think is funny is that then the kid did it, but the kid lifted the same amount
Yeah.
of weights.
And he's like, good job. And I'm like, well, what are you lifting? You're like 40 years old. You should be able to, that kid should be struggling.
Oh, so funny.
How old
kid-
is the kid in the film?
Probably like 12?
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
he's
okay.
like graduating like probably middle school.
Okay.
Right? He's
Still
a little
doughy,
12.
not in puberty yet, but
Yeah,
almost.
probably
So
sixth
this
grade,
movie was
probably
just
sixth
written
grade.
to show off Sylvester Stallone's arms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is all this movie
Absolutely.
is the
And his
point.
face.
Pretty much.
Arms, chest, face. I mean, he was a gorgeous guy at that point.
Oh, what? He was so stubby. He was like a little stubby guy with his like big old high-waisted pants. Oh, here I come. Oh, Philadelphia.
With his fupa.
Ugh.
He's only like 5'3".
Exactly.
What?
With a
Is he
giant
really
He's a
that
little
short?
guy.
5'3"?
Oh,
He's
wow.
little.
No
That's why-
shit.
That's why
Yeah.
they shot him from the ground up in every
Yeah.
scene. The fucking camera's on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah. and
So
he-
Danny DeVito.
Fine. I'll verify this. I know.
So he's
someone
probably
who
got good
knows
gams
him.
too.
Oh,
Sorry.
Lord.
What'd you
No,
say?
I was just saying I'll verify this. I know someone who knows him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get back to the National Arm Wrestling Competition. Real guy. He's a
Really?
real guy.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about the truck
Yeah.
for just a little bit
Oh,
more?
yeah, of
Yes,
course.
that truck.
So he's like training the kid in the truck, and they're driving the whole time. And like half of the scene, he's just looking at the kid driving while driving, and the whole time I'm like, oh
No
my
one
God,
gets in
look
a
at
wreck.
the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, so then he goes and picks up like a boxcar, like a load. He picks up like a load to put on the back of his semi to haul. And the kid's like being a brat, and he's like, "You don't know anything because you're just a truck driver." And Stallone's like, "Oh yeah, if it's so easy, then why don't you be a truck driver?"
If you're so smart.
And so he puts the kid behind the wheel of the semi with the load on it, like in the hills of like Santa Barbara,
Yeah.
and lets the 12-year-old kid drive.
I mean,
the
if
semi.
his feet could even reach the pedals, I doubt he could hit the clutch.
I know,
push the clutch in.
It was but like, what you just get, and the kid's like, "Oh, this not so hard." Like,
No, he actually has an appreciation for how difficult it is, but then he has fun. But I thought a good twist would have been, like,
they crashed and died.
yeah,
Oh, no.
that would have been
End of
hilarious, and the
story.
credits roll. No, but I thought a good twist would have been like, well, you're not smart, blah, what to-" and then it turns out that he actually is smart. He asked the kid to quiz him on stuff, and he's been studying to be a lawyer this whole time, using truck driving to get him by so he can get custody of him. That would have been like brilliant, like, oh my God. And then he answers all his son's trivia questions, and he's super smart because he uses all his excess time on the road to get his fucking college
Look at
degree.
you adding some intelligence.
I'm
to
just
this.
saying,
Maybe
that would have
you
been a
should-
great idea.
You should write over the top.
Should part
two.
two. over
Over and under.
over the top.
Yeah. Over and under the top.
That's right.
Over
Over
top
yonder,
and
the
back
top.
under. Oh my gosh. So they are separated. He's living with Grandpappy in the giant mansion, and Stallone's character crashes through the house. He goes to jail.
This is where she made me take a pit stop earlier.
Yeah, he goes to jail.
He pulls up and he's just like, "Hey, I want to see my kid. We can't come in here. Get out of here, sir." So he backs the truck up, and then of course he floors it around the corner, crashes through the gate, goes through the main yard, crashing through statues and bushes and lawn ornaments, and crashes into the house, the foyer,
through the front door.
Destroys the front door.
In his crappy old semi.
Yeah, and barrels in, demanding to get his kid. Like, that's psychotic. Like, if that was today, he got arrested, rightly so, but, there's no way.
He was out pretty soon.
He was out pretty quick.
And had his truck back in one piece? Question mark?
But it was one of those, all right, you screwed up.
Right.
We want the kid.
And this is what we'll
let
do.
You go.
Yeah.
He didn't think that through.
He didn't think that through. Not at all.
Because he was a stupid truck driver.
Not studying for his law degree.
Oh, man.
Look at me. I'm just a big dumb truck driver.
I'll arm wrestle your forearm.
Come on, Robert Loggia. Arm wrestle me for
He
you.
made the kid arm wrestle when they were on the road together. He had the kid arm wrestle some pimple-faced bully. Oh, it was pretty funny.
I felt bad
So
for
did
the
the kid
kids.
win?
Of course he
No,
won.
not at first. He had to cry about it first.
He had to
lost.
lose and be humiliated and then go back and win immediately.
Yeah, and win immediately.
Twice.
He got a pretty good pickup talk from Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It was
he still
okay.
went outside and cried like a little baby.
Life doesn't meet you halfway.
It does not. You have to take it.
No, exactly.
Take what you want.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's some platitudes in the movie that definitely get called back on occasion. So
Like in the song.
Yeah.
in every chance they get. So he gets out of jail in time to go to the.
When he breaks into Robert Loggia's house.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who takes him down?
It's the guy from Roadhouse.
It is former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Terry Funk.
Wow.
Is that the guy from Roadhouse?
Yes.
Awesome.
Of the Funk brothers. They were
Cool.
both world champions.
I know him from Roadhouse. I'm like, that's the guy from Roadhouse.
He's getting those SAG credits.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He was anyway. I feel
Terry
like
Funk.
wrestlers got a lot more movie screen time in the '80s than they do now.
Yeah. This movie, it's funny you mentioned this because this movie felt like a wrestling movie. Like, I know it's arm wrestling, but it felt like a wrestling movie for sure. Like, it felt like if you watched WWF back in the day, this was your movie. It just felt like that. Like, it's so bizarre that watching it.
In the tournament, did you guys notice, because it was a men's and ladies competition?
Yeah, what even happened with the women?
Did you notice that there was a lady wearing red and yellow?
Oh,
like Hulk?
Hogan?
No.
Awesome.
I think it was a nod.
It probably was.
Well, wrestling was huge in
Yeah.
the 80s.
And-
Massive.
And
Yeah.
Hulk was in Rocky 3, 2-3 years earlier?
Okay.
4 years?
Yeah, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thunderlips. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hulk.
So he goes in time to get to the competition in Las Vegas. Whoop, whoop. The kid, in the meantime, finds all the letters that he had told him he had written that the kid had never gotten. You never wrote me any letters. How come you never reached out?
you talking about? I wrote you all the time.
I never saw a single letter. My dad said you're a loser. My
I'm
granddad.
not a loser.
This was like the first mumblecore movie. Like, he was so mumbly in
Yeah.
this movie.
We definitely asked each other, what did he just say? What was that? A few times.
And the kid is so high-pitched. Like, when you're working the volume, you're setting it to the kid. Because he's so loud. But then Stallone is so mumbly underneath him. So, yeah.
So the kid sneaks out of. Oh my God, this is awesome. This is so good.
Oh.
It's so good. He sneaks out of the grandfather's house.
amazing.
He's amazing.
He is
He's like a
amazing.
baby MacGyver.
Yeah.
Like literally like a 12-year-old MacGyver.
He knows how to do everything.
He gets into like the family garage with like the fancy cars.
This is the best. He gets in the. There's like a Rolls Royce, a Morgan. I want to say there's probably a Porsche in there. What does he take? There's a fucking Toyota pickup that he takes.
Right, like a Datsun, like mini
Yeah.
truck of some kind, right? Like a little like doom buggy. So he takes this truck and like takes off. At 12-year-old, he knows how to drive it though now because
Yeah.
he drove the
Well,
big
he
truck, right?
drove a semi.
Yeah.
He can drive a
He
pickup.
drives himself all the way to the airport on the freeway. Drives himself all the way to the airport. Leaves the car because then they follow him in a limo. Okay. No one calls the cops. Like, there's no cops after him. No one's, like, calling, like, hey, our kid took our car. Like, there's none of that. So that's awesome. He makes it to the airport, leaves the truck out in front with, like, the baggage guy. And the guy's like, you can't park that there. And he's like, yeah, I can.
He's like, keep it.
Yeah, exactly. He said, keep it. So he runs in and jumps on a jet.
A private jet, somehow. I don't know how.
What 12-year-old kid even knows how to navigate through
An
an
airport.
airport?
How did he know
Right.
how to
Find the
get
right-
to the
yeah.
airport on the highway?
Yeah.
How did he know?
He did not have
freeways?
Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly.
He
It was
got
LA.
there. And keep in mind, while he's doing this, the arm wrestling competition is going on. It's in progress, and he's trying to get there to root his dad on.
Oh
So
my God.
he
He's
literally
trying to find his dad at the
hops
arm
on a
wrestling.
plane.
Yeah, hops on a plane
Somehow.
at LAX.
It's almost like it's like a really hilarious comedy because he gets on a plane and they cut back to the arm wrestling competition, cut back to him getting off the plane.
Yeah, getting off the plane in Las Vegas and riding up the baggage claim.
Yeah, well, he's getting chased by the limousine guy, so they apparently get to Vegas also.
Yeah, then maybe they were on the same flight. Who
I don't know.
knows?
Is this one arm wrestling competition
Yes.
that's happening?
No, it's
a
one
long
night.
arm
It's-
Yeah,
wrestling
it starts in the
competition.
morning, and the kid tries to.
He's
Yeah.
been on a journey.
And then he gets out of the baggage carousel, and then you're like, okay, he's gonna be there any minute, right? No, then he gets in like what? He's steal a car, or get a cab, or something.
He gets a cab, right?
Gets a cab or something. It's hilarious.
Those were the good old days when you could just show up at the airport and just buy a ticket and hop
Yeah.
on, no ID.
No ID, no nothing.
Those were the days.
I've got a
No.
handful of coins,
Charge
some
it.
lint, and a bubble gum, a piece of bubble gum. Can I get on?
Little boy, where would you like to go?
I've got some Big League Chew, 4 video game tokens, and a $5 bill. What
That'll
can I
get you to San Francisco.
Awesome.
Or Vegas.
Or Vegas, yeah. You keep that bubble gum. It'll help you. Once you get there, you'll need it. So he makes it in time to see his father.
Kind of old Vegas, too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
even in the
Yeah,
80s.
Yeah.
It was.
Pretty 1960s.
Yeah,
was
it was
awesome.
before the Pirates of the Caribbean craziness.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was cool to see.
It was still very, very deadly in Vegas.
It was a really interesting slice of 80s weirdness.
Oh, yeah, it's something.
Right? Weirdness?
So when they did this movie, they had a huge push, and the producers did like a big arm wrestling for real, like a competition. So there was a real life arm wrestling competition, and the qualifying matches were like all over the world. They were like I forgot where exactly, but they were like in Europe, Japan, and a few other places. They had qualifiers. So they actually had the main one in Vegas like a day before they shot there.
They were over the top.
They were all over the top. And then, like, so when they shot all the scenes with Stallone, and all the people that were at the actual event the day before, were there that day. And a lot of the stuff, the video that they got from the actual competition, is probably in the film too.
Professional arm
Yeah.
wrestlers.
The bad grandpappy tried to like buy him off. Tried to like give him money to disappear.
And a new fancy truck.
Yeah.
And
he was playing for a truck too.
It's the best. He sold his truck to get there, and then the grand prize was a new truck,
With a sleeping cab.
fancy truck.
he didn't have to sleep upright anymore.
That's right.
Lifting weights while he did it.
What a redeeming little story plot for him.
Right?
It's a pick-me-up movie.
Yes.
It really was a very good pick-me-up movie. I can't tell you how it ended. I mean, that must have been the end.
Because we can't remember.
Yeah, I think they drove off into the sunset.
Something 80s
yeah,
happened.
in the big truck. In the big
With
truck.
the song. With the
With
song.
the son. They let
With
him
the
have
song
the kid, I guess.
and the
Yeah, and the kid.
Yep, the
Well,
song and the kid.
When Stallone won, like, they kept cutting back to Loja's face. And
That's right.
And he kind of realized, okay, he's not a loser. And the kid
he
loves
can arm
him.
wrestle.
Yeah.
He can arm wrestle for money. Let's put him on the circus set.
He won, like, so he won the truck, and he bet the $7,000 he
20 to
got
1?
from selling his
That's
truck
right.
20 to 1, which is like 140 grand. Plus, there was 100 grand in
Prize
money.
So in the
he's
80s,
doing
that's
all
like
right.
he's like Bill Gates now.
Wow.
He's doing
You
okay.
just slid that fat stack over to Grandpappy and let him invest it. Oh.
There's this new
Loving
company called Enron. You're gonna love it.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Well, Lorna, that seems to be our like unanimous decision for your feel-good movie. I feel like.
Yeah, I definitely need to pick me up. I love the idea of a hot young Stallone.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta research this kid. Who's this kid, right?
Oh, he has a
Maybe
very,
watch
like,
some
adult
wrestling
last
matches.
Name. He's a very adult name. What's the kid's name?
Mike.
Mc-
Oh,
Mike
Mendenhall.
Hawk.
Like
Mendenhall.
Something
Mendenhall.
Mendenhall.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
if he's done stuff since.
He's done a lot of shit. I think his
Yeah?
last credit was 2018, but he obviously after the 90s he kind of went on a little bit of a hiatus, but he did a few things. But he was, if you look at his IMDb credit, he
He's
did
done
a
a lot of stuff.
ton of shit in the 80s. Like he did a lot for a kid. He did a lot of voice work. You know, he was Wiki in Transformers
Oh wow.
in the show, and he did
Yeah.
I think both Transformers
Oh.
movies. He did a lot of voice work for like animated stuff.
I love
it's pretty
that.
crazy. Yeah, for a kid, that's pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, like, do you guys accept credit card or is it all cash here? I know it's a vintage store. I mean,
Accept
I'm up
anything.
for Overboard.
Overboard.
Over the Top. That's a different one. That's a
Wow.
Different movie.
That's with-
altogether.
That's next week.
Kurt. What is his name?
Russell?
Goldie Hawn and
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, those two who are not married.
Well, do you have that too? Maybe I'll get both of them.
Yeah.
Double feature.
Yeah.
Double feature.
feature?
Yeah, as long as you're.
Ring me up.
as long as you
Who's
rewind.
here?
What kind of snack do you think would go good with that?
Oh.
Oof, that's good.
Over the top. Diner hot dog.
I'm gonna say diner hot dog, and a Miller High Life.
Oh, the champagne of beers.
Yeah.
Well, I got a bottle of wine at home at the house and planted it down just in one sitting. So
A diner hot dog or a burrito, a microwavable burrito.
Okay, microwavable burrito and some red wine sounds
Some-
delicious.
maybe-
All
How
right.
about a turnover?
Maybe some
over the top, a
maybe-
turnover.
Okay,
Over the
Okay,
top.
I like it.
To keep with the theme, I like it.
Yeah, because you're going over the top.
Oh, hello everybody. How are you?
Oh,
Hi.
Mildred, how are
Hi,
you?
I was just coming by. Just my weekly stop to get out of the house and see the world. You know.
We always love to see you.
Oh, that's so nice, doll. You know, I figure I go back in Mildred's room, which is what I call it, with my grandson. He's like, "Where you going?" I said, "Yo, they have a nice room set up for me there, 'cause I'm like a regular now."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, other people definitely go back and rent from that room, Mildred.
Oh, well, you
but-
know, I don't mind if they go back there because it's nice. Everyone gets along, and there's enough for everybody.
I hope everyone is being nice to you back there.
Oh, they're real sweet. There's some
No
guys.
traffic jams, are there?
There's some fellas back there that are really nice, if you know what I mean. It's crazy. Sometimes too nice, but it's okay.
You just let me know if anybody crosses any lines, Mildred.
I will let you know. I will let you know. I'm in kind of a hurry because I gotta stop by the orthopedist, but I'm gonna go check it out real quick.
Okay, good luck. She's one of our regular customers, and I'm sure she returned it already. She rents something every week.
Oh,
Yeah.
she looks lovely. I didn't know you guys had different rooms in here.
Oh no, this one is like strictly the adult room.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the barn doors.
Yeah, if it has
I'm
barn
interested.
doors.
She doesn't seem
maybe.
to mind, so she gets
Yeah.
a kick out of it, I
How?
guess.
Oh, that lady's old. Good for her. Still
Yeah,
kicking it.
I think
yeah.
we've shocked her grandsons.
Probably.
Go, Mildred.
Yeah,
More power to her.
I would say so.
yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm back,
hi.
everybody. Hi.
That was quick,
It
Mildred.
was, like I said, Dr. Johansson's not going to wait forever, so I got this what is called over the tip. It sounds nice. It sounds adventurous.
It sounds like a skiing movie, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, sweetheart. I'm in the mood for something adventurous.
Yeah,
so
like Warren Miller. Warren Miller's a director of snow skiing movies.
I don't know who that is.
I'm telling you, he's a director of snow skiing.
Did he do this one?
Over the Tip sounds like something he would have done.
Well,
I don't
that's
know if it
wonderful.
really is.
See, that's why I come here, because you guys know all the fancy people.
Isn't it incredible how much these guys know? Really?
It is. It's wonderful. All right, so I'm just going to take this and I'll be on
And
my
you
way.
You returned the movie from last week.
Yeah, it was the 4 back rooms or something. Is that what it was?
Four back rooms?
I can't remember. The back room boys? It was something along those lines.
I'll just assume that you've rewound
I
it.
did. I
returned
dropped it off when I came in.
Oh, have a nice afternoon, Mildred.
All right,
Good luck
bye.
at the orthopedist.
Thank you.
Oh, Lorna, so if that'll be all for you, we'll give you Overboard. That's your choice. Our choice for you, obviously, is Over the Top. But I think you'll enjoy both of them.
It sounds like it, guys. Anything to drown my sorrows these days, you know?
I do.
You guys are lovely. I should
Aw.
come in here more often.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will see you again.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much.
Oh, this has been great.
Don't forget to rewind.
Oh, yes. No. Oh, and there was a guy out here before I came in. He was peeing on the side of your building. I think his name was like Major.
That's the mayor. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I know. That he's fine. He's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, he's a
He's
right
probably
I
guy.
still
shouldn't
in the
call the
back.
cops.
No,
Okay.
no,
No,
he's
he's fine.
He's
harmless.
Okay, well, anyway,
he's
thanks,
like our
guys.
security guard.
Thank you.
Hey,
Okay, bye.
this is great. Bye.
Speaking of the mayor, should we get him out of here?
I heard my name being called. Oh, I'm sorry. I just took a little bit longer than usual.
Yeah, about the same amount of time. As
Oh, was
usual.
it? Okay. I can't keep track. I don't have a watch anymore.
Oh, I don't think I want to know what
I
happened to
sold it. I sold it for a beer.
Just a beer. It was a high percentage beer.
Oh, all right, guys. I'm gonna take off. Just gonna mosey on down the street.
Bye, Mayor.
Bye, Mayor. All right.
Man, that drink. Ugh.
It was delicious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Can't get enough of them.
Don't blame me. Blame the mayor.
I do. He has no taste buds anymore.
Oh.
They've all
That's what
been burned off.
Well, let's get out of here. Let's go to the concert.
All right, I can't wait to see Jorts and the date rape mustache.
Woo. All right.
Good night. Bye. Bye, Johnny.